In the quiet moments of late night, when all the noise has subsided, have you ever found yourself asking this question? Do you remember who you were before that relationship began? A seemingly simple question, yet it can unlock a flood of memories, a torrent of mixed emotions about a version of yourself that has gradually faded away. I remember it vividly. I used to love wearing bright, vibrant clothes. I dared to laugh loudly in crowds, and I found true peace sitting alone in an empty cafe, letting my mind wander with the melodies. That was the old me, carefree, colorful, and completely self-possessed. But then, being with him, I realized I had slowly changed. I started choosing more subdued colors, laughing more softly, and rarely ventured out alone. I became someone more fitting for him, someone who met the invisible expectations he seemed to have, yet someone utterly unfamiliar to myself. This isn't just my story. It's the silent echo of countless women who have lost themselves in the labyrinth of love. A romantic relationship, at times, isn't just a connection between two kindred spirits. It's an invisible bargain, a quiet negotiation between who I am and who I should be to be loved. We willingly or unconsciously transform ourselves into a different version, holding on to the fervent hope that this change will bring complete love, unconditional acceptance. But the price we pay can sometimes be our very selves. The silent distortion. How did I change without even realizing it? The process of losing oneself in love often happens subtly, gradually, like tiny grains of sand accumulating into a vast shore. When you finally look back, the landscape has completely transformed. Initially, these are just minor adjustments, seemingly harmless, stemming from a desire for harmony and to please the other person. Think of small yet impactful examples. You once loved playing a certain musical instrument or practicing a sport, but because your partner didn't share the interest, you gradually let it go. You used to enjoy morning walks, but because your partner preferred to sleep in, you stayed in bed too. Then come more complex situations. When angry or sad, instead of expressing your true feelings, you choose silence, fearing you'll be labeled bothersome or difficult. You begin to alter your style of dress, abandoning your distinctive outfits for a gentler look suggested by your partner. Your manner of speaking, your laugh, even subtle gestures are adjusted to fit the ideal image you believe your partner desires. Behind these seemingly minor changes lies a complex and anxious underlying psychology. Deep down, many women carry the belief that, if I'm good enough, he won't leave me. Or even more frightening, if I'm like the person he likes, he'll love me more. This belief stems from a fear of abandonment, a fear of not being valuable enough to be loved. We think that if we can mold ourselves to our partner's wishes, if we can become their dream girl, then love will last, and we will never have to experience the pain of loss. But the consequences of these silent distortions are incredibly heavy. First and foremost is the loss of personal identity. You no longer recognize yourself. You don't know what you truly like, want, or believe in. The relationship, which should ideally be a source of energy, becomes a burden of one-sided effort. You are constantly tense, playing a role that isn't truly yours. This leads to extreme fatigue, confusion about your own identity, and profound disorientation. Who am I in this relationship, and am I even myself anymore? The continuous effort to fit in with another person will erode your life energy, leaving you physically and mentally exhausted. Why do women so easily lose themselves in love? This question likely touches upon one of the deepest aspects of women's psychology and gender education in society. It's not by chance that women often find it easier to lose themselves in love. There are cultural and psychological reasons that have been deeply ingrained in our subconscious since childhood. Firstly, from a young age, women are taught to be agreeable, yielding, and to sacrifice for others. In many cultures, the ideal image of a woman is one who is selfless, who knows how to put others' needs before her own, especially within the family and in relationships. Admonitions like, girls must be gentle, must be enduring, or must foster harmony, inadvertently create an invisible pressure that a woman's worth is tied to her ability to please and serve others. When entering a romantic relationship, these lessons become even more potent, leading them to believe that self-sacrifice is a testament to love and commitment. Secondly, women often equate love with validation and self-worth. Many women seek confirmation of their value through love. They believe, if that person loves me, I will feel worthy. This is a dangerous trap. When one's self-worth depends on another person's affection, they will do everything to maintain that affection, even if it means changing themselves. They fear that if they are not loved, they will be worthless, undeserving. This fear is so strong that it overrides their inner voice, making them willing to give up parts of themselves just to be accepted. Thirdly, the need to be loved can sometimes be stronger than the need to be oneself. The fear of abandonment is one of humanity's most primal fears, and in women, it can be amplified by societal pressures and upbringing. When in love, the fear of losing their partner becomes a powerful motivator, driving self-modification to keep the person. They accept incompatible situations, ignore personal boundaries, and gradually transform themselves into a version they believe will never be abandoned. They think that as long as they are good enough, accommodating enough, perfect enough by their partner's standards, the relationship will last forever. But this is a tragic illusion because true love doesn't require distortion, it requires authenticity. Signs you are no longer yourself. Recognizing that you're lost is the first and most crucial step to finding your way back. The process of losing yourself is subtle, so the signs can be very nuanced. Take time to check in with yourself using the following indicators. You no longer recognize yourself in the mirror, not just in terms of appearance, clothes, hairstyle, but also in how you behave, how you speak, and even the tone of your voice. Do you feel like you're trying to project an image that isn't genuinely you? You apologize for everything, even things not caused by you. This is a clear sign that you're carrying too much emotional responsibility. You apologize for others' sadness, for changed plans, or even for your own existence. This stems from a fear of displeasing others and a desire to soothe all conflicts. You feel guilty when doing something for yourself. You want to spend time on your hobbies, meet friends without your partner, or simply buy yourself something. But then a sense of guilt creeps in, as if you're being selfish or neglecting your partner. You no longer dare to express your true emotions. You hide anger, sadness, or disappointment, fearing that revealing these negative emotions will make the other person leave. You become someone who always appears happy and composed, even when your inner world is in turmoil. You feel the relationship is fine, but you are not. People around you might look at your relationship and say it's beautiful, stable, but deep down, you feel empty, exhausted, and unhappy. You are living a life that is accepted, not a life that is desired. If you recognize some of these signs, it's time to pause, take a deep breath, and begin the journey back to yourself. Beginning the journey back. The journey back is not an easy path, but it is the most worthwhile one you can take. It requires courage to confront the wounds and perseverance to rebuild yourself. Pause and honestly ask yourself, this is the first and most important step. Give yourself a quiet, non-judgmental space and ask, am I truly living authentically in this relationship? Be honest in listening to the answer from the depths of your heart. No matter how painful it may be, rewrite your story. Grab a notebook and a pen and start writing about your journey. Who were you before you met them? Recall your hobbies, dreams, personality traits, and what made you happy before this relationship began. What did you leave behind in the process of loving? List the habits, relationships, and aspects of yourself that you gradually gave up to conform to the other person. Writing it down will help you clearly identify the fragments of yourself that need to be picked up. Start small with changes. Don't try to change everything at once. Return to the habits you once loved. Listen to old music. Reread a favorite book. Take a solo walk. Paint a picture. Anything that used to bring you joy. Speak your true thoughts. Start with small, less significant things. Instead of saying whatever you want, try expressing your own opinion, even if it's just about choosing a meal. This will help you regain your voice and confidence gradually. Re-establish boundaries. Learn to say no to requests that make you uncomfortable or things that exhaust you. You don't need to over-explain, just a polite but firm refusal. Boundaries are not meant to divide, but to protect you. Always remember this. True love doesn't make you lose yourself. It helps you become more of yourself, a more complete and confident version. A healthy relationship is one where both parties are encouraged to grow, respect each other's differences, and together create a richer life. If that love is causing you to diminish yourself, forcing you into a mold that doesn't belong to you, then it is not true love. Conclusion: a message of healing. After all you've been through, the past relationships, the unknown heartbreaks, the attempts to change yourself to fit in with someone else, and the silent nights of not knowing who to be, the most important thing I want you to hear right now is this: you don't have to be perfect to be loved. You don't have to be right all the time. You don't have to smile all the time. You don't have to be positive, strong, or talented all the time to be worthy. In fact, you don't have to be anything at all. You just have to be yourself, real, genuine, and unguarded. It's your quirks, your petty preferences, your emotional scars, the things you've tried to hide that make you irreplaceably beautiful. When you are brave enough to be yourself, not trying to be perfect, not trying to please anyone, not pretending to be okay, you not only find freedom for your soul, but you also open the door to a completely different kind of love. A love that listens, respects, and embraces you for who you are, not who you are trying to be. It is a love that doesn't make you feel like you have to change. It is a love that doesn't make you struggle to hold on. It is a love that blossoms when you are brave enough to let go of expectations, of the fear of abandonment, of feeling like you have to do everything right to keep yourself. You deserve it. You deserve a life where you don't have to apologize for being yourself. You deserve to make mistakes, to be vulnerable, to grow slowly, to love yourself without guilt, to be happy without reason, to be sad without explanation. You deserve to be in a relationship where your existence is a welcome thing, not a test to be passed. And to get there, you need a very special kind of courage. The courage to stop playing the role of the person you want to fit in and start living as the person you really are. When you stop trying to be accepted by others, you begin to accept yourself. When you stop chasing after unfamiliar models, you begin to feel closer to yourself than ever before. And when you stop trying to fit into places that make you feel small, you find spaces where you can expand, shine, be you whole and complete. Finally, the question that once scared you, if I live my truth, will anyone still love me? Becomes less of a fear and more of an invitation. If I live my truth, how many miracles will start happening? And that's when the next chapter of your life begins. Not with perfection, but with honesty, with peace, with freedom, and a love deep enough to hold you without you losing any part of yourself.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.